You are.
All right, hello, we are live. Okay, so back to Autokey. Um, where we left off was we had just implemented this Autokey binding class that generates JSON. There was another class that we left unimplemented, which was AutokeySendKeyScript. This one is going to be much simpler.
Right.
But before we implement that, I am thinking that this file is now too big.
Great.
And I
Yeah,
would
let's pull them
like
out.
to split it up.
There is an
So let's
extract hotkey for VS Code. You can
sidebar, Explorer.
like
How do I show files?
select something and extract. Oh, I have no idea. Command
Does that
Shift
work in
E.
Ruby
Command
though?
E.
Like if I want to move this to a file,
God knows. That'd be great.
Control period. No code actions available.
Oh well.
Command Shift Command E. Control E. Control Shift
I would
E.
have thought.
Oh, Control Shift E.
Yeah, that'll. There you go.
Okay. So yeah, let's create some more files in here. So how do we want to structure this? Normally, Ruby projects have a spec and a lib, right? And lib is where you put your production code if you're writing like a gem.
Yeah.
Seems weird because these aren't actually libraries, but let's create a lib. I don't know. Should we just create generate.rb?
Yeah.
Move that there. Test should start failing as soon as I save this file. And then we should require relative generate.rb. Why am I using two different quote styles here? Let's see. Cannot load such file. Oh, right. It's we're in spec, so it's one directory up. Didn't save this.
/generate.
Oh, lib.
We're missing.
We're missing lib.
Cannot load such file. Autokey conf lib generate RB. That's because we put lib under spec.
Lib in spec because I don't know how to use VS Code. How do I create a directory at the top level? I can't drag it up there. Yeah, okay, move it. Cool.
Huzzah.
All right, good thing we have tests, because otherwise I never would have gotten that to work. So silly. All right, let's create auto key binding as well. Auto key binding.
Can we name it just binding?
I guess there's only one type of binding, huh?
Unless it's worth naming these things because they're interfaces with Autokey.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe it's redundant.
I mean, this whole thing is Autokey.
This whole thing is about Autokey, so why would it be anything else? Oh, rename is F2. What the heck? Okay. Sorry, I'm very confused about which editors use which key bindings for things.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I use too much different software, I think, is the lesson to be learned here. Or maybe I don't use enough. Okay. I also want to split out the tests into separate files, but for now, let's just do one
Yeah,
at a
that
time.
really doesn't matter.
Okay, let's rename this to binding. Our test will start failing. Now we go change our test to call binding. That should pass. It should pass. What's the problem? Oh, we're failing here. Superclass mismatch for class bind. Oh, binding is a built-in Ruby thing, so we can't use that.
All right, fine.
So let's rename this to auto key binding. All right, and we got one more AutoKeySnail-like script. we could just call this sendKey script. But yeah, I don't know. Why do I feel the need to namespace all these things under Autokey?
I think it's all right. I mean, if I were to come look at this package at a later date, I would want to know the difference between the domain concepts that we had invented in order to accommodate this workflow and the domain concepts that Autokey sort of forced on us or that we inherited from Autokey.
Yep.
So I think it's fine to call things Autokey in reference to, a data structure or an abstraction that we've inherited rather than invented.
Cool. Thank you for telling me what I was thinking. I think you have explained it better than I could. Autokey sendKeys script. And let's yank that out and put it there. And require it. Lib Autokey. Oh, this still isn't. Have my tests been failing this whole time?
Cannot load such file. Cannot load such file.
Okay, well now they're passing. Cool. So now we want to split this up into 2 test files, I think. Or seem to be 3. We want an Autokey binding spec. Uninitialized constant.
Uninitialized constant.
Right.
Okay. So
because this test is importing this thing, which needs to be imported by the other test. Okay. What's the problem? Can't see this thing.
New line.
No, it's not the new line.
Well, there's a space at the end of the...
Oh, there's too much space? We lost a level of indentation? We gained a level of indentation? What happened? We gained a level of indentation somehow. We gained a level of indentation. Oh my god. What the hell? No, I don't want 4 space indents. I want... Come on, tell me... Really? You won't let me set the detect indentation from content? Thank you. All right. Expected. Oh, no, it unindented all my JSON. No, because the JSON was 4 spaces and the Ruby was 2 spaces. Is that what's happening? Why is there a blank line
what a
abbreviations? Oh my god.
Can we, since we don't care, can we just strip it?
Yeah, we should, in fact. Why do we care about the white space? I don't know. Yeah, what do we actually want here?
I guess we do care that it's printed prettily, do we? I mean, we do. I don't.
Well, it's got to be human readable. It should be human readable. I want comparing strings to be an easy enough operation that we could just write a test that compares strings, and it's almost easy.
You're saying that the leading spaces in front of the closing here doc tag are irrelevant?
Yes. Okay, I don't know how to read this except in the context of the diff, so we can't use watch. All right, what is actually the problem? So usage count, blah, 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 abbreviations. Oh, I lost the abbreviation somehow. Abbreviation, no, maybe not.
No, it's
Abbreviations,
just
we have an extra space. All right, so there's got to be an extra space here. Why is there an extra space there? I don't know.
no, it's
No,
the indentation
It is the indentation.
on
Oh, so it should be
usage
two
count.
spaces. Okay, good. Abbreviations has an empty space in it. Hotkey now wrong.
Hotkeys.
This is so silly.
How did we get? How did this? Yeah, and it's gonna be these two also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did we? Did we just format things? Just got formatted wrong. Okay. Yeah.
Back to watch. Put that.
We
there.
can leave that on the right. Oh, you want it in the corner?
My arrow keys don't work anymore. Okay, there we go.
How about this? You know what we can do? Here's what I want with the window. I want the window to be full screen, and I want the tests to be always on top. I think that might hold for a while.
Okay, I guess that's true. Since we can scroll all the way down below the bottom of the file, that seems like it should work. Okay. Cool. So,
Are we done? Are we finished extracting?
that didn't do the thing I wanted it to do. How do I horizontally scroll in here? Can't scroll the tabs independently of selecting tabs. Sorry?
Have we finished extracting the code from this? We lose an example?
No, maybe we did. We had 3 before. Was one duplicated? No, we only wrote 2 tests, right? We wrote the top level test, and then we wrote...
Oh, one was duplicated until I just now saved Autokey conf spec.
I see.
Top level spec. Okay. Do we need to write a spec for SendKeyScript?
We do, but let's commit this first.
Fair.
All right, Autokey conf spec now requires generate. It also requires Autokey SendKeyScript. That's going to be temporary. In fact, I guess we do need that because it appears in the assertion. Doesn't it also need Autokey binding? How is this passing? How does this get Autokey binding?
Does generate require Autokey
I
binding?
didn't think so, no.
How does this pass?
I think it's because RSpec requires everything, and there's only one global namespace in Ruby. So, probably this isn't what we want. We shouldn't even be requiring JSON here.
No, we should be doing that in the implementation.
Yeah.
Although we use YAML in the test. Do we want to keep cleaning this up, or do we want to commit the files we've just extracted?
Let's commit the files that we've extracted. Oh, AutoKeyConf is untracked, huh? I guess we didn't actually finish writing it. Lib. All right. Extract production code to lib.
It's a little funny, but it's conventional.
Okay. Now let's figure out what to do with our requires. What do most Ruby programs do here?
Require everything in lib recursively. We can require them.
I guess it's
Yeah,
good practice to require libraries where you need them.
Right. So maybe
But
we just delete the requires and let the tests.
no tests will fail. Yeah, I guess. So the problem is the tests won't force us to write the requires every place that
Because our spec
theoretically should have them. But
requires more implicitly.
I think our spec requires every spec file
Autokey
and then it
binding
runs
JSON.
them.
Interesting that it's looking for JSON in Autokey binding. I guess that's where it's called.
Call it. Well, no, we don't call it there. We call it
in the implementation
here.
of Autokey binding. Yeah, which is fine. YAML in the test. That's true.
Not this one. Okay.
All right.
And then really we should be requiring Autokey binding here.
Why?
Because we use it.
I'm not sure how it gets pulled in.
I think our spec, because our spec is also requiring this spec, like let's comment this out, right? Now it should, well, it's failing because this test is failing. But if we don't have this here, then the other test will fail.
Uninitialized constant Autokey binding.
Wait. No. If that's
sure
if my hypothesis is true, why is Autokey binding not present here if it's present here? I'm pretty confused. Autokey send key script.
If you want to test this, suspend the binding spec and see if we can get a failure. Yeah, X it.
Okay. Oh, okay. So here's the problem. The problem is that this is a use of the constant at the top level.
Oh, yeah.
So that gets evaluated before the tests actually run, which is why we need this here.
Right.
So this whole thing, I mean, if we don't want this to be that, I'll have to comment it out, and I really hope this doesn't mess up the indentation. I guess I can always undo. But then if we go to here and we comment out Autokey binding, this should fail.
Should fail, and it does. Okay.
So that proves we need it there.
So I guess when we require it in the tests, it probably requires it puts all the tests in the same namespace.
Yep, Ruby's only got the one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's commit that. Any other requires we should clean up? JSON, okay, it's probably fine. Require what is required.
Excellent.
All right. Next test we should write is what?
Should we look at the cave? But I know the answer. It's Autokey. It's the send key script.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I closed the browser tab the cave was in, and I forgot that it doesn't write to local storage. So
that's fine. I think it was a little contrived.
Yeah. All right, let's write a test. Autokey send keys script spec.
Why are you moving that?
I want to see if we have two-space indentation. And we don't. So this is going to be an interesting exercise in getting VS Code to do what we want. So yeah, okay. Well, let's watch our tests. They fail because we don't have this constant. Require relative. We don't need the RB extension, do we? Okay, now I'm doing too many things at once. One thing at a time.
Okay.
Let's commit the removal of RB first. So Autokey binding spec changed. Yes, we remove that. We remove that. Remove RB extension requires. Okay, so this thing is going to be like the other one, but simple. See, now I want to change my indents to 2 spaces, and I can't because the terminal is in the way. Detect indentation from content. Okay.
We can run these tests
renders
in a terminal inside the editor.
Huh. Yeah, we could actually. Maybe we should. Except then we wouldn't have it in the corner of the screen like this because I don't think the editor can do that.
We have implemented absolutely nothing about it, haven't we?
We have implemented nothing about it. Yeah, so what we need an example of one of these scripts, which we can obtain from Autokey itself. Oh, that's a good idea, except we can't see half of our code now.
We want to see the code and the test results.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a lot to ask.
Oh, hide. Sidebars. What happened? How did this get so big? I can't... I don't understand. I don't know why that just resized.
Right.
Okay.
Well, we have a bunch
I don't know where all those... Sometimes Pop just repeats my keystrokes.
That's pretty bad. All right. Cool. Well, we were gonna do something here.
Yeah, we're gonna pass this test.
Sorry. I was gonna look at Autokey because I don't even know what assertion to write here. So wait.
We know what at least
method.
we want to return
Okay, so
string,
you're just gonna make it return foo?
Yeah.
Come on, 2 space indents, man.
I'm not indenting things. That's the editor does that.
Yeah, so you have to tell it.
You want me to manually indent all of my code?
No, I don't. I want us to do this and then say detect indentation from content.
We have to do that for every file?
Well, no, I'm sure there's a way we can configure it, but I don't know how to do that. Should we detour into that?
No. I guess not.
All right, let's look at config Autokey data key map. Yes, I want all the possibilities. Okay, I don't know. Delete alt.py. Keyboard send keys alt delete. Okay, let's just take that. Keyboard send keys. Use single quotes in Ruby.
I'm just gonna grab some water. I'll be right back.
All right. Alt delete, which I cannot see now. Oh boy. All right, cool. So that should fail. Expected keyboard send keys alt delete. Got foo. But we need to give this a chord. Yes, a chord. So this is going to be alt delete. And use single quotes here. So we don't have to escape the double quotes, and then we can just put the chord inside the... Oh, no, we can't do that if there are single quotes. Okay, well, we'll use double quotes. Escape those. I guess you can use single quotes in Python too. Could have just used single quotes in the Python, but you know.
True.
I'm like 95% sure, but since I don't know Python, I'm just gonna do whatever the built-in code does. All right, cool. So we did not get what we expected, which is kind of surprising because I thought I implemented the code correctly, but it looks like this chord that we're using is not the same as this argument to the constructor. What am I doing wrong?
We have a struct that defines one parameter. When we construct it, pass it a string, I would expect to be that parameter. We then refer to the parameter. How did we do this in Autokey binding?
I'm pretty sure it was just like this. Oh, I haven't saved this file.
Can we fix that?
Yes.
Autosave on
autosave.
We'll have to just open the configuration tab.
File save. Save all. File save all. Save as.
Are you trying to change configuration from the command? I don't think you can do that.
You can't? All right.
No, you have to actually open the settings. And
format on save, autosave,
focus.
After delay. I want my code to be saved every... Wait, I can't configure the delay? Okay, whatever. I don't really care what it is.
On focus change?
On focus change? How often do we change focus?
After the configured files autosave
files
delay.
Autosave delay. Okay.
What is that?
Well, it's probably somewhere in these settings.
I see the... There you go. After a second?
Let's say 300 milliseconds.
Amazing. Fantastic.
All right, cool. So that means if we change this and this fails and we undo it and it passes, okay, that's awesome. All right. So what now?
I don't know. What does our top level test do?
It passes, right? But
Yeah,
generate is wrong
kind of
because generate is way too specific. It only works for mapping Super W to Alt F4.
So let's write another test. Also, why is this formatted
this?
so terribly?
Oh god. Okay. Well, now we have two commits going.
I guess we
can.
Perfect.
Fix those one at a time. No. Add spec. Let's just look this over. Okay. It seems pretty straightforward. Implement Autokey send keys script, and there's probably nothing else we'll ever have to do to this code, right? Like, it's just got the one test, it does the one thing.
When you say this code,
Autokey
you mean
send keys. Yeah.
Autokey send key script.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You asking me if I think this code is going to change? I can't see the future. But yeah, from my understanding of Autokey, all we ever do is write. I mean, all you ever plan to do is write send keys, map keys to send keys. So,
yeah, I mean, okay, so there's one thing about this code that makes me slightly uncomfortable, which is that Autokey has this very special syntax for the send keys function, right? Where you have to like put modifier keys in like angle brackets and the plus.
yeah.
And
oh, really? Oh, so we're definitely, for example, doing it wrong here in generate.
Yes, we are. Okay, so that is a sign that we need a better data structure here. We need something better than a string. Something more structured that will let us just say, like, here are the keys that I want to press, and it will format it for us.
We need type safety.
I mean, ideally, we would have a type. I think that's going to be hard to achieve in Ruby. I know there's like sorbet and stuff that adds type checking to Ruby, but I've used sorbet and I really don't like it. It seems very error prone and verbose.
Yeah, so the thing to do is make it quack, right? I mean, we pass in a data type, we define a data type, and we use it as itself.
Yes.
So you would say like chord dot to Python or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
and
I kind of just want an array, honestly. Like, if we could just say Alt F4 and then send key script would, well, first of all, it would check that you have an array because it would like map it or join it or something array-like. But the other thing it could do is validate that the things you pass in are actual names of keys. Like if you use the wrong modifier name or something, then it would yell at you.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Only because when are you ever going to make that mistake? Never.
I will definitely make that mistake. What are you talking about?
Well,
I will make that mistake when I come back to this in 6 months and want to change my configuration.
Before we do that, should we finish? Should we submit this commit?
Yeah, sure. And then I had one other outstanding change, which was fixing things.
Well, now we have two outstanding changes. Okay.
Yeah, we still have two. Oh, no, because I changed this to Alt plus F. Right, okay, so we have to undo that. Because it's actually the same file. Okay.
It's not completely undone.
Where's our tests? How come we're not running our tests? Okay, good, they passed.
Because we kill them.
Okay. Now we fixed the indentation.
Excellent.
Okay, so now we can get a better data structure for this. So let's drive this through the tests for Autokey send key script.
Yeah.
So what we actually want this to be is not that, but Alt and delete.
Shall we run the tests and then we can do Git in another tab? We could even do Git in VS Code.
I guess we could. All right. So this is going to be chord.map.
Take the key, wrap it in angle brackets.
So not every key gets wrapped in angle brackets, but I guess for a first pass, we'll just wrap every key in angle brackets.
As far as this test is concerned.
As far as this test is concerned, that's okay.
In angle brackets.
And we're going to join them.
You're right.
Okay, good.
You might want to write another test.
I think we definitely want to write another test. Before we do that, this is getting to be an awkwardly long line, so I'm going to pull this out. This is not actually a chord anymore. I feel like this is more just a list of keys. So I'm going to rename this to keys.
And then rename this.
And then rename the string to chord.
Yeah.
All right.
Love a verb that's also a noun.
Yeah.
Go ahead and chord those keys.
Sweet. All right. So next test. It renders a chord with special renamed keys.
Sure.
What happens if we give it no keys?
Probably you should raise an exception.
It raises an error given no keys. Well, actually, no. Maybe not. Because there might be a case where we legitimately want to like take a key combination and do nothing. Like we're just like
call send keys?
Okay, well we probably don't want to call send keys, but we can, right? If we send keys with an empty string, it's probably going to do nothing. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't do nothing. Maybe it does something. Should we test it? Should we go look at what Autokey does if we call send keys with an empty string?
Well, probably, since what we're writing here is a program that emulates the GUI, we should know what the GUI's behavior is.
I feel like that's probably a good idea. So let's go start Autokey and say, all right, let's hijack one of these key map thingies. Up shift. No, I want something that I'm not going to use for anything. I guess it doesn't matter.
Well, wait a minute.
We're just going to kill this program when we're done.
Autokey doesn't have a script generating function of any kind, right? So,
what do you mean?
I mean, it doesn't generate these scripts. It doesn't generate send keys, right?
It doesn't.
I'm sorry?
It doesn't generate these scripts. It makes you write them.
So there's nothing for us to emulate. It's entirely up to us.
No, but I'm wondering what happens when we do that.
Oh, if you
do we have to special case the empty array to not call send keys, or can we just let it be the default of like sending keys with an empty string? I guess if we want to be strict in what we emit, rather than assuming that Autokey will be liberal in what it accepts, we should.
Well, the reason we would raise an error here is if we thought we were being helpful linting your configuration.
Yeah, I guess so, but I feel like that should happen at a different level.
Okay.
Right? Like, I don't think it's this class's job to know to like check for the user's mistakes. Like, this class is pretty far from the user, and if there's validation of the input, we could probably do that as a separate step.
Yeah.
So super F is now going to send nothing when I say this. First, let's check if Autokey is working. So when I hit super F, I expect it to send enter. That doesn't work. It's probably because I have XKeySnail running and super F is bound to control F. So let's change this to be control F. And now if I hit control F, this should send enter, and it doesn't. Oh, I have to save. Now if I hit control F, it doesn't do anything. I don't know. I think let's kill XKeySnail.
Does enter do anything? Yes.
That's a good point. Should have checked that. So the problem is it's running this root. Okay. All right, so now that we've got that turned off, let's try this again. Control F, nothing. Save. How come this isn't working? Oh, do I have a filter? Oh, I've got this stupid window filter, so this doesn't apply to any windows.
What's a window filter?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, the window filter is set to find me. Right, so we can clear that window filter. Should we clear it?
Yeah, let's clear it.
Why not?
Let's clear it.
Right.
And then we can go back to enter. These aren't alphabetical, are they? They're like reverse alphabetical or something? Okay, and now Control F enters. Great. I bet we could have done that even with XKeySnail running. And I want to keep XKeySnail running so that my fingers will work. So let's just run. We're going to put it workspace, XKeySnail, macOS keymap run.
We're going through this entire exercise because you haven't yet configured Autokey
to replace XKeySnail
to accommodate
you. Yes, that is true. All right, so Control F. No, XKeySnail completely defeats Autokey. That's so weird.
I see. So it was not just.
Oh no, it works. Sorry, I didn't have the right
filter.
Window focused or something? No, it works. I was lying.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. So now that we've tested that and we know that we can make Autokey do things,
we want to test.
Let's test what happens if we do nothing. And I don't know what we would expect here if it didn't work. Like, if it throws an exception, where is that going to show up?
Where would that error be? Right.
So yeah, I mean, it doesn't.
That's a good question, actually. In general, if I were making heavy use of Autokey, I would want to be able to see a debug log for my Python script somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
If I were writing, apparently I'm not allowed to click tools. I would want to know, run current script. I would want to see some kind of view script error. No error information available. But if we were to run current script and then view script error. Did you see that? That was fun. Tools, run current script. The script enter encountered an error.
Well, that's useless.
So if you run, Control F, now we can generate that error.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so it tells you if there's an error, but it doesn't tell you what the error is.
But at least now we know the stakes. We don't want to generate a script that will raise an error.
All right.
Unless there's actually an error. Don't forget to save.
Yes. All right. So if we dismiss this, are you pressing F? I'm not pressing anything.
No. I spammed it a couple of times.
Okay. Let's try this then. No error. No error. Okay. But if we have a typo and we save and I hit it again, now we get an error. Great. Okay. So the answer is send keys with empty string doesn't appear to do anything. It might do something, but it appears not to do anything. And it doesn't throw an error.
All right. So then it's fine. So
yeah, let's just do it. Don't need a breakpoint. Okay.
You mean let's just leave it the way it is?
Let's leave it the way it is. Does it...
We're going to write a test that will never fail.
Generates a script that does nothing.
Okay.
No keys. Am I going to write a test that will never fail? Yes, in fact, I am, because I want it to document that this is
That
intended
this was
behavior.
a deliberate decision.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, it should generate a comment saying, no keys.
Gavin and I checked on May 28th, 2022, that Autokey accepts an empty string, or that SendKeys accepts an empty string. Without raising an
exception. Yeah, without raising an error. Brilliant.
All right.
Hey, what happened to our tests?
What did happen to our tests? They're in another tab.
And they're fine! And they're not failing! And if we were to mess with this test, nothing would happen.
Well, we need an assertion if we want a failure.
What did I just do?
We deleted the assertion.
Well, I think that's because I hit X instead of Z.
Ah, yes.
All right.
Okay, cool. It renders a chord with specially named keys, so we can do that. Can
we use this utility yet?
I can't click
so we
anymore.
Can get rid of XKeySnail?
No, we can't.
Are you sure?
I don't think... Wait, what's the problem with XKeySnail? Is it mapping
What's
your
the problem
input?
with XKeySnail? Well, for one thing, it doesn't accommodate multiple users being logged in.
Well, yes, sure. Yeah, but Sure. I mean...
Yeah. Are you writing a test right now?
Are you encountering a problem right now that you think is due to XKeySnail? No,
I'm not. I'm just
making
a callback to our superordinate goal.
Yes, our superordinate goal is still not satisfied. We cannot yet use this program.
What test are you writing here?
I want to write a test for something that doesn't involve
for the non-special keys. Yeah,
so for
W.
Example, Alt
Control W, F, Alt F.
Or like
Alt
lowercase f.
That's a little close, but sure. Fine.
Okay. How about super F?
Okay.
All right, we got angle brackets. We don't want them. All right.
So what are we going to write an include list for all the special keys?
Yeah, first I want to look at Autokey and make sure that it actually doesn't have special cases for this. Yeah, so like super D is a thing. Although this is probably a bad one to look at because I wrote that. Interesting. So Control F7 is represented like that, but I don't know if I can trust that because it's not in a Python script. Oh boy. Okay. All right. So
how would you even know what send keys? So maybe we should look at the documentation for send keys.
There is no documentation for this format. I looked already. The documentation for send keys is useless.
You know, I'm embarrassed for our profession hearing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like generated Python doc. I don't know. Like, it seems like the most important thing to say about this, but it's not.
Well, wait, where is send keys? Where is keyboard.sendkeys implemented? Is that a private library of Autokey?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it would be part of the Python standard library, and this was simply a reference to it, sort of like xlib.display, display.sendkeys.
No, it's Autokey's special thing.
No, now I'm embarrassed that I had. I'm embarrassed that I talked down Autokey. I think for Autokey's sake, that's fine. I mean, it should be documented, but at least it's not a standard Python library that's gone undocumented.
Yeah. All right, so let's keep hacking this enter script. We have Control F. Let's try to bind that to something else. For example, Shift T. I don't know, just doing random stuff. So now when I hit Control F, it should type a capital T. Hey, look at that. All right, so that's a thing. If I want to bind it to Alt F4, or let's say Alt F2, which will bring up the command palette or whatever, the command window in Cinnamon.
Is it the context? The
No,
context menu?
It's literally just like a window with an input where you can type commands that I guess are executed as programs, right? It just like, I don't know, forks and exec, but there are also like some other special things. Like if you type R, it will restart Cinnamon. So, it's just like this weird Cinnamon thing. All right, so anyway, now that's saved. So I'm going to hit Control F, and it opens the file menu. Right, because what this is doing is it is sending the keys Alt F and 2. So I believe, oh no, the file menu's stuck. Oh God. No, I don't want you to be stuck.
What's stuck? What happened? Alt F?
I hit
You've opened the
Alt
file
F,
menu?
And now the window is very confused. Okay. Close this.
No, you're forbidden.
Oh my God. Oh no, Autokey. I've made Autokey very angry. What have I done? It won't start. Okay, there we go. Oh God. All right. So, angle brackets. Probably very important here. So Alt F2 will happen when I press Control F. And it doesn't. So we got to have capital F. I think I've seen that somewhere. Nope, even that doesn't work. Does Alt F2 actually work? Yeah, that works. What am I doing wrong?
I don't know. I'm combing through the Autokey implementation, looking for how SendKeys is implemented to find out where it's specified what keys are, but I can't find it. So they have an IO mediator class that I don't understand.
There's no like def send keys anywhere.
No, there is. It just forwards to something else though.
Oh.
It forwards to IO mediator. Yeah, like it has this like IO thing where it like opens the session and then it sends keys to the session. And then I mean, you know, at least it's not tape. It's not magnetic tape.
Huh.
Then
Okay.
keys. Mediator interface. Yeah, it sends string. It's just, yeah, I don't know where send string is implemented. Plays new line with bracket enter or tab. Oh, that's neat. Did you know you could put new lines in here with /n and it'll send an enter. So you get to write that. You could do that. You could do that here.
Okay.
You do alt new line and it would become alt enter.
I guess that makes sense. That's something that people might try to use to enter multi-line text.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so then it splits the string if key is in sec. I guess I could share this with you if you want, if you're curious. It may not matter to you at all.
Yeah, you can send it to me. I'm not going to receive it because I would have to open Gmail for that.
No, I mean
You want to share your screen?
Share.
Oh, okay.
No, I could just pop this open in Firefox. If you like, I could just come up with a send string. So this is if I can paste it in here. This is the implementation of Autokey for send string on something that they call. I'm really glad that happened. I meant to copy a link. Okay. Send string, the definition of send string. Let's get this over here. Let's get this. Right, so this is the string that comes in. We do a little bit of replacing. I don't know what clear modifiers. Modifiers. So that's what we have. We have modifiers and keys.
Mm-hmm.
So modifiers. The reason I'm looking at this is because I wanted to see if there was a definition we could access, and there isn't. And it's hopeless. Our entire industry is a sham, and we can't. There are no APIs between programming languages, and it's all a big kludgy hack. But I wanted to know if there was a definition, right? Because we're writing a test here that to ensure that our code differentiates, right,
Mm-hmm.
between normal and modifier keys, right?
Yeah, it's not just modifier keys,
calling...
it's like keys with names that are longer than one character.
Well, that's sort of an implementation detail, isn't it, right? I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I don't actually know what the difference is, but that is my working hypothesis.
Well, right. So then I thought, well, let's look at the implementation, right? And let's find out what it actually refers to. And they seem to have a special case for something they call modifiers.
Okay.
And if key is in... Yeah, and it splits the string... What do you suppose key split re is?
We should look at it.
It seems to be a regex of plus with the brackets and stuff.
Okay.
That's cool. That makes sense.
So it's angle brackets with any number of characters inside. Well, at least one character inside.
Yeah.
And then a plus.
So it takes these sections, and if the length of the section is greater than 0, that's good. If there's a plus in modifiers, aha! See, there is a constant. This is what I wanted to see, right? I wanted a constant definition of modifiers. Control, Alt GR Shift Super Hyper Meta Caps Lock Num Lock.
Okay, cool.
I'm just fantasizing. I'm just sitting here fantasizing about a world in which we can reference the modifiers constant here.
But which modifier is constant?
We can't.
In which version of their code?
Well, the one we're using.
The one that's installed on the system on which the Ruby code is running.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I would want to be able to pull in Autokey modifiers.
Yeah, I mean, it is something that they could ship, right? Like...
Oops.
They could, for example, say that when Autokey starts, it writes a file in .config Autokey that just has the list of modifiers. And we could read it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Except we would still need documentation because humans are going to have to like understand what this stuff does.
Yeah. All right, well, that's enough of a sidetrack, I guess. None of these seem to be F keys. I'm going to grab some more water.
All right. Oh.
All right. How serious? How serious are we?
I'm trying to understand what this code is doing. I think split doesn't do what I think it does. Because split matches modifier applications. But then as we loop over the sections, we're like key split re matches like the angle brackets plus. The plus is optional, which is weird. But then we check if the key that was pressed is a modifier, and that's derived from section. So it's like split actually isn't removing the things that it matches from the returned array. I don't really understand what split does. Python.
Should we pop open a terminal and play with it?
Yeah, I guess we could do that. Where's our terminal? How come I only get...
It's in another workspace.
Oh my god, switching windows doesn't... Okay. Okay. No, that's XKeySnail. No, don't put that. Python 3. Okay. ABC split B. Regex.compile.
So close.
re.compile.
Should we just copy those
B.
in and... Sure.
Must be string or none, not re.pattern.
Right, we call split on the regex.
Oh, that's the difference. Oh, no, that still removes the matches. Okay, so they were using a capture group. If you have a capture group, it leaves it in.
Cool.
Python. All right. Well, cool. I guess cool. Great. So that explains that. So that still doesn't really answer our question about which keys need the angle brackets. Right? Like we still don't know if function keys work. I don't know how to represent the plus key. I don't know how to represent like the angle bracket key, although I guess shift period or something.
Because we don't know the interface to send string. It's not clear.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so plus is shift equals, at least on my keyboard. It's weird, right? Like, what do you do for symbols that might be mapped to different keys on different keyboard layouts? Would shift equals and plus be different things? So yeah, there must be a list of keys somewhere.
A list of keys?
Yeah, somewhere in Autokey, there's a list of keys, right?
Well,
that's what we're looking for.
Here, so, how about if key dot is here? I found it.
Oh, great.
On workspace 2, 3. IO mediator.
Great.
Key.
If key is key.
Which is adorable. Apparently they've implemented it as enum of strings. Is that what that means?
I don't know.
Well.
Oh, nice. Nicely done. All right. That's pretty cool.
Should we just pull this into our uh, code and just
Yeah, I mean, this is syntactically
rewrite it?
valid Ruby, so
Oh God!
yoink.
Oh no! But then we can't say is key because it's not a dictionary. We should rewrite it as. Wait, it's a class. What is? What are the at signs? The annotations?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so yeah, we'll have to finesse this a
Is
little
key.
bit. NP insert? What is, oh, numpad. Other,
Oh, are
I
those
need to
just
change my highlight
those are
color.
just class variables? Yeah, it's unreadably blue.
How do
Unreadably
you...
blue.
Okay, I guess we can solve that problem later. Okay, I don't see things for like symbols on here, like angle brackets or plus. So I'm gonna assume they map to themselves somehow, or that I can just represent plus as shift equals. And screw anyone who doesn't have a US keyboard. Control Shift E, yes. Right. Autokey keys.
Not even sure what an interface is. X record interface.
Key find regexes compile. Oh. Code point regex. Okay. You can construct keys with code points. That's interesting.
You're reading the Autokey code too. I'm yeah. QQ. Seems at the bottom of it, I don't know what a Q is. Import Q. Seems to be that Q is a Python core library. And if you call puts on it, what do they do with the Q? You got to read from the Q at some point. I've lost the thread. All right. Oh, you've got a bunch of F keys.
Yes.
We were just looking at this, weren't we?
We were. All right. Well, that's it. Constants.py.
X record modifiers, held modifiers.
Okay. All right. Well,
do we have a failing test?
We do.
All right.
Still got the same one. Send key script. closing the Explorer is not the same hotkey as opening the Explorer?
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, there is no closing the Explorer hotkey.
I have no words.
Not by default, anyway. Because who would want to close the Explorer?
Right, you always want the Explorer. There's no reason to close
Closing the
it.
Explorer is a special case.
No reason.
Okay, so we got to make an exception.
Yeah.
To
yeah.
the, decoration, right?
Uh-oh, I can't type.
I clicked on something. It's my fault. Let me go back. I was just going to say that we could pull this out and we can decorate the key conditionally. We can filter the keys. Probably that's what we should do. Oh, sure. Map. Good old.
How do you do this in Ruby? We want our
ampersand
block reference to be key method new.
Oh.
Right, and this is now name. All right, still just got the one failure. So then we say case name when delete. Is there fall through in Ruby? I guess we can say you can have multiple things in a case, right?
How many cases are we going to put in this statement?
So in Ruby, there's a trick in case statements. They're a bit more flexible than in other languages. You can like hash a regular expression, which in our case doesn't really help us, but I think you can do like set membership as well.
Okay.
I think there's a way we can make this work. And if it doesn't work, then we'll have to figure out something else.
Oh, I see. You're hard coding for delete.
I want delete and alt to be special, and then the default, is that a thing? No. Else is the keyword for this in Ruby. We just return the name.
Drop
okay.
name.
Expecting end, yes.
And
super needs to be special. Okay, good.
Great.
All right, so now we need this list of things.
Special.
Yeah. So special can be implemented as a what? Okay, I need to look up.
Yeah. Where is Ruby documented?
There's certainly some documentation. Let's make this pass first. No, okay. All right, where is Ruby documented? That is a good question.
Ruby doc.
Ruby case statement.
We just want to look at the Ruby doc for a...
So case statements use triple equals internally, or they use the semantics of triple equals. Right. So triple equals is what we want to look for.
Oh. Yeah.
The Ruby documentation is not even on the first page of Google. Oh my God. What is the site? rubydoc.org or something?
Yeah, ruby-doc.
Here's there's no dash. All right. Well, they apparently don't call it triple equals because there are no results for that.
Wait, it's no dash? That's a different
site? Oh, God.
right. But I can't find it anyway.
Huh. Maybe RubyDoc only has documentation for classes, and therefore there is no documentation for standard operators. Because it's, operators are methods. Anyone can implement triple equals however they want.
I guess.
Okay. Ruby triple equals set membership. Okay, I hope there's a good Stack Overflow answer. Okay, so you can do ranges, you can do classes, you can do regexes. Is that it? I know you can do lambda.
Do regexes.
So worst case, we can use a lambda.
A lambda for set membership?
If you do ranges, why not sets?
We can implement. We can define triple equals on the name.
I guess we could. We could define triple equals on like a class of things, right? We could say, but I don't want to do that. Let's just write a lambda.
Yeah, let's just write a proc. Or a lambda.
Right, that's what they're called. Where do we put it? I don't know. I guess we can just make it a global constant.
I don't know. I can't find the documentation for case statements. I don't know where it's documented. I used to have a book on Ruby.
Oh, well. All right. What am I calling this? Special key is a lambda, takes the key and returns something. So I guess we can just say,
okay, I found it.
There's like a map of something. We do a set.
What? Oh, no. Can we just have it return true and then show me where that goes in the case statement? Like, the special case, it'll be when special key? Or do we have to... Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah. Contains, includes, include key. Super, alt, or enter, delete.
Oh, that's lovely.
Okay.
That's great.
Great. All right. When it's a special key, then that. Otherwise, the other thing.
It feels like it could just be a ternary instead of a two-prong case statement, but whatever.
Yes, it certainly could.
It's fine. Leave it. It's great. It's cool. It's a cool thing.
So this...
Cool the way it is.
No, you're right. This is stupid. What we really want is a set of special keys, right? And it should probably be a set just for the sake of, I don't know. How do you do sets in Ruby? You have to pass it an array.
Beauty.
Super, alt, delete. We can say, yeah, special keys include key. Let me do this. Or sorry, name, not key, but name.
Is there not a ternary operator?
Uninitialized constant set. Yes. So we're going to require set. I don't think Ruby has a ternary operator.
It totally is. Totally is.
Wrong number of arguments, given 3. All right, so we do need an array.
It needs to be an array, yeah. Yeah, an array.
Right. Cool.
Brilliant. No, there totally is a ternary. Totally is.
Okay. What is the syntax? You have to put spaces
exactly
around it? How does it
same
know
as
that
JavaScript.
How does it know that the question mark is not part of some other token? Just has to have space?
Yeah. I don't know.
Wow. Ruby. All right.
I'm not allowed to click things
I'm not
anymore,
either.
so you're going to have to do it yourself.
Can't click things.
Okay.
Yeah, Pop completely takes over my computer and won't allow me to do things. All right, cool. All our tests are passing. We have not
I want to write it as a ternary. I want to
keys, but
be able to. I want to be able to write code. I want to write a dang line of code. I want to play golf with this method here to squeeze a little bit of joy out of dead silicon.
Do it.
But I can't seem to. It doesn't seem. I don't know how.
I bet you can now.
How do I have to like Alt Tab? Maybe
if I switch into drawing mode? No, I can't move my mouse at all. Okay, now I can. Do it quickly.
All right, I give up. It's fine. I just can't drive. That's fine.
Should we stop? Maybe we're having network problems.
In the middle of a stream.
Yep, that's how we do.
Don't change routers.
All right, but this should be better.
I can't see anything.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Oh no, now I can't do anything anymore.
Doesn't appear. Does not appear as though. Oh, I just saw my face on the cursor.
Yeah, me too.
All right, screw it. Screw it.
I guess we can't do this. I guess we'll have to call it a day.
Okay.
I should probably eat dinner anyway.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Great place to end. Should we commit? Should we commit first? Are you capable of?
No.
Can we get at least that done?
I can't type, so I doubt it. I can't move my mouse. No, we'll have to disconnect. I'll commit off camera.
All right. All right.
All right. See you.